All right. Well, who wants to watch a zombie cartoon? That's right there where I'm at with it. Uh, it was different. I kind of liked it though. I mean, I'm sorry, man. The animation of this stuff is it's getting me. Um, I'm 100% invested in the What If series. Just putting it out there. I am invested. Um, I am still working on Winter or Falcon and Winter Soldier. I just I've got to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Um, everything should balance out soon. I hope. Every time I say that, it's like work just goes nuts, and then I work side jobs for helping friends out, so it's like everything just goes crazy. Um, Suffice it to say, the zombies episode of What If was was it was cherry picked from Infinity War. The thing I missed from it though, the honestly the thing I missed from it was I missed Robert Downey Jr. saying "Get lost, Squidward." I missed that. I'm sorry. That to me that made it. Um, it opens up the same way, but not really the same way as Infinity War did. It didn't open up with Thor and all the Asgardians and Thanos. It opened up with Hulk being shot down via the Bifrost to the Sanctum Sanctorum. Hulk shows up and there ain't a soul around. He's like, "Hello, can I get some clothes?" And nothing. He then goes outside and it's Ebony Maw and whatnot. They showed up same as they did in Infinity War, and all of a sudden, as Bruce is like he's trying to get the Hulk to show up, and then finally you actually see the Hulk go no. I thought that was. I actually laughed on that. I was like, "Yep, that's what happened." Hulk was like, I ain't about that life." And then all of a sudden, you see a portal right before Ebony Maw does his thing. You see a portal pop up right behind his head, and you see the hand come out, and you see the hand blaster just blast him right in the head. And I was like, "All right, cool. Iron Man's gonna be part of this. This is what's up. I can deal with this because they're nutcases anyways. Bruce and Tony, they can figure it out. They'll fix it." Not quite the Iron Man I remember. This is probably what would happen if you brought Tony Stark back from the dead. He'd be a zombie. Strange and Wong were both zombies as well. So pretty much everybody. The easy way to say it is, all the Avengers are zombies, except for Black Panther, Hulk, and she wasn't necessarily an Avenger, even though she was in Endgame. Hope Van Dyne was there as Wasp. Ant-Man was technically there. And I mean technically. He was there in head only. Oh man, head under a jar for that dude. That was funny as I don't know what. Vision was there, obviously, because he's made of vibranium. He's not a human's beings and stuff. So I'm trying to make sure. Earlier on, we did have Susan Carter, I believe, the blonde. She was there, and Happy was there as well. They're not Avengers, but they were the only ones that were still there. Oh, and I forgot, my bad, Tom Holland, you friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He was there as well. But Wasp is who saves Bruce originally. And then Spider-Man grabs him and carries him off to where they're kind of hunkered down and hiding out. And that's when he finds the younger Mrs. Carter. And then you also see Happy there. And Happy, for whatever reason, Happy had one of the Iron Man gloves where he could, and I don't know why they had him saying it, but it's akin to somebody shooting a pistol and going pew 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 at the same time as they're firing, or bang bang bang. It's like I don't. The thing makes noise on its own, but then that raises other questions of how is that deal powered, considering it's not attached to a suit and no arc reactor to power it. But I guess it has to fly, so technically I guess it's got its own independent. We could nitpick that situation all to death. It's Tony Stark. He made it fly. He made it powered independently of the suit. Tony Stark's awesome. We love you, 3000. Basically, they're trying to get to where a signal's coming from where a cure has been created. Basically, I just thought of this. You take the plot line, bless America. Which one was it? Was it Resident Evil Extinction? The one where they were trying to get to the Arcadia, or get to Arcadia. They didn't know if it was a city or a boat or a plane or whatever it was. But I think it was Resident Evil. No, fudge. I don't remember. I really don't. I've seen all the Resident Evil movies, so I don't remember which one it was. But anyhow, it basically is like following that storyline, except it's Avengers, and it's got some of the character traits of Infinity War at the beginning, but then it just kind of doglegs into its own deal. So basically they get to the train station, to Grand Central, and Spider-Man, apparently, to launch a train, apparently it takes 4,000 pounds of thrust to launch a train, because Spider-Man told him, he's like, look, put the parking brake on. I'm going to do this. He shoots webs out at the train. He walks backwards, and he's like, all right, I think we're at like 4,000 pounds of thrust. I'm like, okay. I'm not saying you didn't calculate that, and I'm not saying you're not smart. I'm just saying, show me your work. Show me the work. I need to see that. I need to see your math, sir. But outside of that, that was like the only thing that like kind of pulled me out of it. I'm like, I know it's Spider-Man and I know it's Marvel, but come on, guy. I need that calculated somehow. Somebody do the math on that deal, and let me know if a train can be launched with 4,000 pounds of thrust. I'm gonna say probably so, considering it's on rails and it's going horizontal and not vertical like the space shuttle, but I might need some help with that. Anyhow, yeah, so they get on the train. Sharon Carter dies. She does kind of die, but she doesn't die yet. Happy is shot by a grappling hook. He's dragged backwards into the darkness, going pew pew pew, I think is what he was saying. I'm gonna say it. Jon Favreau is amazing. I love Jon Favreau. He's good. He was great as Happy in Iron Man, so I loved it. But he's going pew 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 every time he fires the hand blaster. And he goes pew one last time. Well, all of a sudden he comes out with none other than Hawkeye, and they're both zombies. They're going after Sharon Carter, and that happens. So Hawkeye shoots Sharon with an arrow, gets her in the shoulder. Not a lethal shot. It honestly is not. In like the terms of a bullet, it's a flesh wound. She can survive it. It hurt, but she can survive that. Happy comes up. He's going with the, trying to do his hand blaster thing, and she ends up getting the gauntlet off of him. She ends up wearing it, which I thought was interesting because Happy had it on his left hand, and then she puts it on her right hand. So I'm gonna call shenanigans on that. Just gonna call shenanigans. Because I don't think, I'm not saying it wasn't, but I don't remember seeing anybody take a piece of Iron Man's Zombie Man's armor during the introductions. So that being said, I'm gonna call shenanigans on that. But it could very well be that someone did grab a piece of his armor and it happened to be the glove, which, because it's nanotechnology, can be switched righty or lefty. So we'll see how that plays out. It's a non sequitur anyways. It doesn't matter because it's what if stuff and it's not really going to impact the overall universe. So the train's cruising along. They're doing their thing. The train gets attacked, and Hope Van Dyne is injured in the attack. And it's, it's what you'd expect from a zombie movie. I mean, she's injured. Bruce is checking her pulse. He's also checking her forehead. I mean, typical zombie movie stuff. And lo and behold, Tom Holland, man, I'm telling you, this kid is like, yeah, he's his character. Tom Holland, probably genuinely the nicest dude on planet Earth. Well, he can't be because that's Keanu Reeves. We love you 3000 too, sir. But Tom Holland, probably a great guy. Probably really nice in Tom Holland mode. But as Spider-Man, dude is like a walking... He's a walking cliche with what he calls old movie references, which technically, I mean, they kind of are, but you don't gotta call them old. They're classics, sir. But that's his shtick. I get it. That's his shtick. So, but yeah, he's like, hasn't anybody here seen a zombie movie? I'm like, yeah, man, we've seen them all. We know how this plays out. So then they end up getting to the point where the train runs out of fuel. I'm okay with that. Train ran out of fuel. I'm not even gonna argue it. But Hope decides to do the thing where you sacrifice yourself to save everybody else. Basically, she was Iron Man. And she goes big. She's got everybody in her hands. And she puts them over the fence, sets them down, and then she falls backwards and dies while giant. So it's like, that's not going to be good. That's going to come back to bite somebody. Excuse me. So they go in and they see Vision there. And I'm like, okie dokie. That'll work. Vision's there. He's the one working on the deal. Perfect. So we have Vision now. And then all of a sudden, Banner's like, I'm going to go or not Banner, Bucky. I'm sorry, Bucky was there too. Bucky was alive too. They had a neat little skit where Spider-Man was basically saying all these things you can do to stay alive with the zombie apocalypse, and he went all zombie apocalypse, So that was kind of funny. I was like, all right, yeah, zombie apocalypse to people like me is like Fight Club. We don't talk about the zombie apocalypse. That's the first rule of the zombie apocalypse. You don't talk about the zombie apocalypse. But he made a video, a tutorial video on how to survive it. And then I don't know who the other guy was. I really don't know who the other guy was. I just don't know. There was a character in there who was not a zombie. I have no idea who he was. I did not recognize him. It made zero sense to me. But there's one scene where they're standing in front of a shower curtain, and then all of a sudden, dude who's pretending to be the zombie for the purposes of the description in the video he's there in front of a naked Bucky, and Bucky just sticks that arm out and just grabs him. He's like, I could kill you by just squeezing, right? Like, what? and they had this like steam covering up the lower half of. I swear to God, that was so funny. Oh man, that was too funny. It probably wasn't that funny, but it was funny to me. So y'all let me be. But yeah, so Bucky's like, look, I'm gonna go see if I can find us some transportation to get us to Wakanda. Because oh yeah, one other person who wasn't a zombie, somehow one of the royal guards from Wakanda was there. Well, when Vision was like, yo, the technology hasn't been invented yet to do what we need to do to cure everybody, old girl's like, yo, we got that in Wakanda. Like we got that sitting on a shelf. That was invented 10 years ago. We know what we're doing. I'm like, wow. Like, she just said it so matter-of-factly, like, yeah, that's old news. And so Bucky goes exploring the complex, and he ends up seeing someone and shoots them with a pistol. And then the camera goes in a little bit more, and lo and behold, I'm gonna die. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. The most powerful human being in all of Marvel, right there, just chilling, hanging out, not bothering a soul, would be Miss Wanda Maximoff, Mrs. Vision, the love of his life, standing there all zombified. And then you hear this voice, don't, you'll wake her up. And then all of a sudden, Bucky hears it as he said, as the person behind this curtain says this, Bucky throws the curtain back, and there lays T'Challa, the Black Panther himself, laying there just chilling. Well, come to find out, apparently Vision's been sending out these signals because he's been giving pieces of people as appetizers to Wanda because he loves her and can't kill her. Alright then. I mean, the things we do for love, right? I'm with it. I get it. We do a lot of things for love, but I don't know that I'd be willing to kill innocent people to save a woman who I loved so much, or to keep a woman alive, or keep her happy, or whatever his purpose was. I mean, you're a zombie, so I mean, I don't think you're eating them for the nutritional value. Just putting that out there. But I don't think I'd be willing to kill off folks and let the love of my life eat them. Just don't think I'm willing to go that far. I love you. I'm probably have to put you down. Just saying that. But anyhow, and the thing is, I'd have to put myself down because right now I'm the only one who loves me. I'm the love of my own life. What do you do? So Vision has a moment of clarity, realizes what he did was wrong, tells everybody else, hey, there's a Quinjet in the hangar, go get it. And so he does. And then you have Hulk, Bucky, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and the head of Ant-Man. Because that's how they figured out, that's how Vision figured out it worked, is he cured Ant-Man's head. There's a lot of questions I have about how the head was cured while the rest of the body was MIA. It's Marvel. I'm just going to leave it at that. Apparently, Spider-Man is now the... there's a technical name for it. I know there is. And I don't remember what its technical name is, but the cloak that Doctor Strange wears, apparently Peter now, that's his. So Bruce and Black Panther and Spider-Man and a bodiless Paul Rudd run into the hangar. They get in the Quinjet. Spider-Man's all like, yo, can you fly this? He's like, if I can get it to start. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And then Bucky's like, y'all go ahead, I'll cover you. And in the midst of them running, Bruce is attacked by one of the zombies and he gets bit right on the arm. Right on the arm. And Hulk was not having that. Hulk's like, nope, sorry. So then Bruce tells him, look, you guys go on. I'm going to stay here and do this. So then Bruce, all like, heroic like, he runs into the fray as Bruce Banner. Everybody's dogpiling on him. Finally, Hulk's like, you know what? I have had enough of your shenanigans. I'm going to fix this right now. And he just rages out and just starts killing everybody. Bucky pretty much... Bucky bites it in like the coolest way. Like, I mean, I'm not even sad that Bucky bit it, because Bucky bit it in like the most epic way ever. Because Scarlet Witch thunked him. Just, boom, gone. Just flicked him across the world. Just, he's gone. I love it. It was too funny. She didn't do it with her finger, obviously. She used her magic, but she punted him for like all the distance. It's like, it's good, you win. And so then the Quinjet takes off, and you're like, okay, cool. They're gonna make it, right? Right on. They're gonna make it. They're gonna be able to get the cure. How they got the cure, though, or how they do this without Vision, is they found out that it was the Mind Stone that was radiating a signal that basically was keeping the zombies at bay. And when Vision realized that, he could do something to help, instead of fighting with everybody, getting on the Quinjet and going himself to Wakanda, no, what does he do? He's like, I gotta atone for all my wrongs. I'm gonna fix this. Reaches up into his forehead and just yanks the Mind Stone out, and he collapses in a heap. So, yeah, Thanos didn't do it this time. He did it to himself. As they're flying away, all of a sudden, a zombified giant version of Wasp, she reaches out, grabs the Quinjet. And old T'Challa's like, we're going to go maximum thrust. And then they flew out of her grasp, and then they fast forward time a little bit, and they're like, hey, all right, so we got 20 minutes till we hit Wakanda. We're good. And then as they fly through the shields, then you hear the Watcher's voice. You hear him say, the Earth's mightiest heroes have sacrificed so much to save their planet. But is it enough, or something like that, to stop the destruction of the entire universe? And then it shows a zombified Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. It's kind of where I'm at with it. So, yeah, and that's how it ended. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed bringing it to you. I enjoyed watching it. I'm enjoying these little breakdowns and stuff. So hopefully you all enjoyed this. I look forward to doing them for you in the future and continuing to be able to do them for you. If you got any comments, questions, anything like that, please, by all means, answer them or have them answered by me, and put them in the comments down below. I'll answer your questions. I'll reply to your comments. If you think I did a great job, shoot me a thumbs up on the video. Hey, if you like what you see on the channel, hit subscribe on that deal. Hit the notification bell so that way you get notified whenever I go live or when I post a new video. I'm trying to be relatively consistent where I'm posting videos weekly. May not be on the same day. It really just depends. I know this video was supposed to come out Wednesday, but that was my bad. I was working all day, so unfortunately it had to wait until Thursday. So anyhow, I am James XG Wolverine. I don't know what else to say. It's good. I'm enjoying these. They keep getting better and better. So please, if you like what you see, do all that stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. I mean, if you think I'm goofy looking and you want to give your friends a good laugh, send them my way. But when you do, tell them to subscribe so that way they can keep getting a good laugh at the goofy looking guy. That being said, I love all you guys. Thank you to the most recent subscriber to the channel. And thank you to everyone who comments and interacts. It means a lot to me, and it really kind of pumps me up when I see the likes and the comments, especially the views. You know, you guys get on the views. Thank you. I love it. And I'll keep trying to do the best I can for all of y'all. That being said, you all have a great day, and I will catch you next time on the XG Wolverine Show. Later, guys.